for today, we're actually going to be working on our Math Pupils book from page 139 until page 141. So please don't go further to the 3D shapes. We're going to be having a very nice lesson with the 3D shapes on Wednesday. So let me just tell you here what we're actually doing in our Math Pupils book, page 139. So what we're actually working on here is just similarly for what I just explained to you. And remember that what can you say about the two parts of an object divided by a line of symmetry? So remember we can make a duplicate shape. So here let's go and look at number one. Here we have a starfish. So here are some objects with more than one line of symmetry. So let's have a look how our line of symmetry is being made in our starfish here. We were able to make the line of symmetry at different angles, different sides. So this will give us the chance to make a duplicate for our shape, which is the starfish here. The same thing as I talked to you about the flower. The flower, we can actually make so many lines of symmetry. It depends on how many angles or how many sides we can actually create the line of symmetry to make a duplicate shape. So this one has 6 lines of symmetry. But you're probably just going to be asking, why do we have only 6 lines of symmetry, but we have so many lines around? Let me just tell you the hint over here. So if probably you're just trying to ask about that, just I would like you to look at this side over here. So I made my line of symmetry in the middle over here, and I actually have 6 lines in this area. So this means I just took the half of my shape and I made my 6 lines of symmetry around it. So let's take a look here. I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines of symmetry I have in my half piece or the divided piece of my flower. So I have 6 lines of symmetry. What about this one here? If you just look at all of these, it can make for you 10 lines of symmetry if you look at it without just noticing. So if you could just look at how we're doing this again. So I'm actually cutting my starfish into half, and I'm actually making my 5 lines of symmetry at one side. This will create for me 10 lines of symmetry if I actually make a duplicate shape. So I have here, I'm gonna count the lines of symmetry only at one side. So I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 lines of symmetry. So I'm gonna start from the middle. I'm gonna keep going until I end until here, to the last line of symmetry. So I'm not gonna count these ones here, I'm just gonna count this area, please. Okay, now let's go further and look at our polygons. Look at our polygons, how many lines of symmetry we could make. Oh, they made something a bit different. Look, let's take a look here. For example, in our rectangular shape, it has two lines of symmetry. So we can actually divide it into half here or half here. So it doesn't matter if you put the line symmetry here or here. You can make actually a duplicate shape either from this side to this side, or from this side to this side, or from this side to the other side over there. Okay, let's take a look at our square. In our square, they also made for us how many lines of symmetry? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 lines of symmetry. So don't focus on the other sides. I mean, don't look at these lines of symmetry. Just take a look at the first area. I mean, this area, the half of our object. The same thing happens in our hexagon. So here we got how many lines of symmetry? We should have 6 lines of symmetry because we have 6 angles and 6 vertices in our hexagon. This will create for us only 6 lines of symmetry in our hexagon. Okay, this should make it so easy for you now. Let me just take a look here and let you know what we're doing here. There's something a bit different in page 140. So I would like you to take a look at the grids that we're using. So we can create symmetrical patterns using grid paper. Here is a grid paper just like in your math copybooks. So let's take a look at this one here. What can we do actually? So if we just take this shape and try to make another symmetrical object for this shape, how could this possibly happen? So I actually took a look. My shape over here is already done, but I just want to make sure that I need to complete this shape. For example, if I want to flip this shape to the other area, let me just try to draw this for you. For example, I'm gonna cut this shape into half. Okay, I want to flip my shape now to the other side. Now this shape from here to here is complete, but this one, if I flip it to the next side, is not available. So I need to actually make a square done or shade this area to make it completed. Okay, now let's go to this one here and show us what they're actually doing. And they made two different patterns. So how can we add one more colored square so that the pattern has only one line of symmetry? Okay, this is amazing. So if we just take a look, we just did the same like what we did here, and the same thing over here is a bit different because we can actually have another line of symmetry because they just told us that we need only one line of symmetry. So I can create one here to make this shape happen to the next side, and I could also create another one here to make this shape also available at the next side if I put my mirror in the middle. Okay, now so what happens, I would like you to just try to discover a few things here. Walk around the school to find examples. Now you're going to be walking around your house to find some of shapes or examples, and try to actually bring a mirror and try to use some different shapes where you can actually put them beside the mirror and tell me if you found a duplicate shape for that material that you found around your house. So write the names of these shapes and sketch examples of symmetry on paper. Show that to me, please. Okay, now here is B. Design a mathematics trail for your classmates to find the examples. So what happens here? You're not gonna actually, if you have some classmates or someone at your house to try to help you, so exchange your trail with your classmates to find their examples. So share with your classmates what you found. For example, here we have shapes of symmetry trail. Okay, go to the sports. You can go to the sports. So I would like you to just work on A, okay, and try to define different shapes around your house and tell me what kind of objects you could just make the line of symmetry for. Okay. Let's go to the next page here. Now, this should be an easy exercise for you, so just try to let me know, please, which of these objects have the correct lines of symmetry. So look at these ones. Remember what lines of symmetry could be correct for. So this one should be correct because they made for us here how the lines of symmetry. Let's count. Let me just get my pen. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one should be correct because my square has 4 angles. So this means this should lead us to get 4 lines of symmetry, which is correct. What about our rectangle? On our rectangle, it should be also correct because they got for us 4 lines of symmetry. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. I will leave you with these ones now here. You have C and D. Remember that the circle should have almost unlimited lines of symmetry. So because a circle has no angles. So remember what could be the answer for this one. Okay, is this one correct or wrong? What about our star here, or we can call it snowflake? So in our snowflake here, it shows us that we have only 2 lines of symmetry. Do you think this is correct? So please let me know. Try to find out the correct ones. Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, now let's go to the next one here. We have 2. So here are some regular polygons. Draw the lines of symmetry for each one. Try to draw the lines of symmetry for each one. Remember, try to think about the angles for each shape. Okay, now this should be nice and easy exercise for you. So shade some squares to create a symmetrical pattern and draw the lines of symmetry. Okay, so where could you draw the line of symmetry in this shape to make another duplicate shape for this one here? Okay, this should be easy because remember we have 2 squares or 2 grids which are already colored. Let me try to just give you a hint. So we have 2 colored ones here, and this one is already done over here. So what about these ones here? Where could you make your line of symmetry? Is it here, here? Where could you put that? And show me your answer, please. Okay, now let me just go and explain to you our math activity book, what you're gonna be doing for today. Okay.